Hey everybody, I'm Misty, and today I'm gonna talk about my opinion on the best lens for Nikon Z30. And before we continue, I just wanted to tell you about this course that I put together. It's Creative Editing in Lightroom from Beginner to Pro in 7 Days Masterclass. And this stuff will elevate your photography to the next level. So if you want to impress your clients, this course will teach you how to get your photos from something like this to something like this. The link is in the description. Please check it out. Back to you. When you buy a Nikon Z30, usually what you're gonna get is this lens right here, and that is the kit lens. And this lens is okay, but I don't think that this should be your only lens. Now, whatever camera that you buy that is a professional camera, or at least a camera that you can get professional results from, I think to only have a kit lens with that pretty expensive professional or semi-professional camera is a big mistake. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the kit lens. You can use it for some general photography or general video, but I think you should have at least one other faster lens with it. The kit lens, like I said, you can use it for traveling, you can use it for walking around and taking some photos. And the kit lens also has image stabilization, so it is a good lens for general video work. But if you, for example, wanted to take some portraits and to blur that background because the background is, let's say, busy, you're outside, you want to blur that background, this lens isn't going to give you a lot of that blur. For studio work, for studio portraits, for example, this lens, there's nothing wrong with this lens. You can get good studio portraits with this lens. So this lens, while it's almost essential, because usually you don't pay much for it. If you get it with the camera, you will get it for maybe $100. So it's essential. It's a good lens to have, but it shouldn't be the only lens to have. So what is the best lens for this camera? There's plenty of options, and it's hard to say for every different photographer what the best lens will be. For a portrait photographer, it'll be something else. For a landscape photographer, it'll be something else. But I think, in my opinion, for a lot of photographers, the best second lens, so this one you get with the camera, you already have it. So the one that you should buy first after you bought this camera is this lens right here. And this is a 24mm f1.7 Nikon ZDX lens. This is a cheap lens. It's, I think, about 300 Canadian. So it's not super cheap. I mean, you're not gonna get it for almost free, but it's, for lenses, it's a pretty cheap lens, and it's all plastic, and even the mount is plastic, but it's still a pretty good lens for a lot of work. The image quality is good. It's a pretty fast lens. It's 1.7, so it'll be good in low light, and it'll give you some of that background blur. It's not gonna give you as much blur as a maybe 85mm or Sigma 56mm 1.4. It's not gonna blur out the background that much, but it'll blur out the background just enough for your subject to pop. There's a little hood that is a screw on like that. So that'll help you if you're shooting outside in daylight and there's sun in your frame. But why do I recommend this lens? Well, like I said, it's great for general work. I get great photos from portraits. I can do some street photography. It's great, actually. It's great for street photography, but you can even get some landscape photos with this lens. It's great for general work. It's one lens that if you can have only one lens, I would get this lens. But we're photographers and we don't only get one lens. So you will have your kit lens, and then you will buy this lens. That's what I recommend. then you can invest more and more and more. And now I have the 24 f1.7 on the Z30, and this is what it looks like. So it's small, it's very compact, it's all plastic and all black plastic, so it looks great in my opinion. I love it for traveling, I love it for certain environmental portraits, and I love it for street photography. I love it for all kinds of photography, just general work. So that's the DX 24mm f1.7. If you like this video, please subscribe and like it, and I'll see you in the next one.